Hello, Percy.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy R.A.S, and I'm back with another Chainsaw Man manga chapter review, and today we got chapter 121, so let's just get straight into it. But before we get into this video does contain heavy Chainsaw Man manga spoilers, so if you are anime only and you just don't want to get spoiled, please do not watch this video. Thank you. Okay, so recap of chapter 120, we see that Nayuta turns Asa into a dog, and then Nayuta tells Denji that him and Asa have to stop seeing each other, and so Nayuta erases Asa's memories, so she thinks Denji stood her up on her date. Yoru decides that they need a new plan and to go after a new boy to make, a new weapon. And this is where Yoshida pulls up and asks Asa to hang out with her for a little bit, and this is where chapter 121 picks up. Okay, so chapter 121 name is Theory of Happiness. So we see Yoshida takes Asa to the Devil Hunter Club student council office for some coffee, and Asa asks Yoshida, if it's okay to drink the coffee. So Yoshida reassures Asa saying, you're technically a member, so I don't see why not. Asa then thinks to herself saying Yoshida's general information, like his name, and says like what all she knows about him, like how he rejected her and how he's with Denji a lot. And she heard that he's a public safety devil hunter, but he's still in high school, and she wonders that, he must be busy all the time, so why would he want to spend time with someone like Asa? Lastly, Asa thinks that maybe the reason is because he may have started noticing her after she asked him out. So Yoshida then asks Asa like what was she mumbling about back at the school gates. So Asa then looks at Yoshida and says, I was saying that life is easier on your own. And Yoshida answers saying, I wasn't asking you what you said. I was asking why were you thinking that out loud? But I do agree with what you were saying. So we get a little look into Yoshida's ideology as he says that it's probably easier to get by living with another person, but the problem is that there's no guarantee that you'll build a permanent mutual relationship. He also says that like with books and TV nowadays, it gives you the opportunity to have one-sided philosophical relationships, and the solitary life is less riskier. So of course, after he says all of this, like Asa thinks to herself that he's affirming her values, so she comes to the conclusion that he does like her after all. Okay, so I felt like this was a cool scene because not a lot is known about Yoshida, and we get a little look into like what he really thinks and a general idea on like, why he is who he is and why he does what he does in the show as a character. So after Asa agrees with Yoshida, he tells Asa that he's glad that they're on the same page, and then there's something that he's wanted to get off his chest for a while now. So Asa starts blushing, and then Yoshida says, the thing is, I want you to stay away from Denji. So of course Asa's thinking Yoshida was gonna say something else, but she's like, huh? Like, what do you mean? She then asks Yoshida like why, like, that's so random. He responds saying that, he'd rather not say, and she can interpret that however she likes. He then grabs his bag, and as he's walking to the door, he tells Asa that he's glad that they had a chat together, and he just tells her goodbye. So then we cut to Denji and Nayuta says that she smells something nasty, and it's the nastiest devil scent smell she's ever smelt. Then she hits Denji, trying to motivate him to get up to go devil hunting, and Denji's like, nah, I don't really feel like being Chainsaw Man anymore. So Nayuta, of course, is like, huh, like, why not? Denji's then like, even if people find out I'm Chainsaw Man, like, you're just gonna block them all away from me anyways. And Nayuta's like, what? No, like, I want to watch you fight. Denji still lays there asking himself if he's gonna be single forever. Nayuta then looks at Denji and says to him if he turns into Chainsaw Man, he would be more popular and he could get way more love than any girlfriend. She asks Denji if that sounds awesome, right? So Denji's like, hold up, like, let me think about it. And so Denji's like, hell yeah, like, it is awesome. And then we see Asa walking to her apartment complex. As Asa's walking to her apartment complex, she says to herself that she's too quick to convince herself that someone likes her, and then when she's wrong, she ends up getting her feelings hurt. And she says that a life of solitude would really be better than feeling like this. So Yoru just looks at Asa and says, yeah, you may be right. And then Asa still thinks to herself that there's nothing even good about me. Who am I even living for? Asa says that she only cares about herself, and yet whenever she gets lonely, she craves companionship. Like, how arrogant is that? Yoru comments saying like, yeah, I know you're arrogant, but you don't have to be, like, don't you think you're being a little too hard on yourself? And Asa just says, I'm tired of my inability to maintain a lasting relationship with someone. So Yoru just looks at Asa while she comes to the conclusion that she may be better off dead. Okay, so I just had to say, I think this is excellent writing by Fujimoto. Like, yeah, Asa is trying to deal with sharing a body with Yoru and trying to complete Yoru's goal, but it doesn't take away from the fact that she's still a high school girl, and things like being a high school girl play a big part in her life. Anyways, as Asa is walking, something randomly just hits the ground, and as Asa looks over, we see it's a dead human corpse. Yoru then immediately takes over Asa's body and tells her something is wrong, and she says, Asa, stay back. And when she looks up, she sees everyone outside the complex just staring at her directly down, and this is where chapter 121 ends. Okay, so final thoughts on this chapter. I thought this was a very good chapter, and it's definitely setting up for something big in the next chapter. So Yoshida is a complete mystery. Like, I thought it was kind of random, like how he just told Asa to stay away from Denji with no, with no context. And like, maybe he could know about the War Devil, and maybe he could know about, Asa's fiend status, but we really don't know. So let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Okay, so remember when Nayuta says she smells the nastiest devil scent ever? So if I know Fujimoto, then I know this is definitely setting up something for the next chapter. And I think we're about to see one of the strongest devils that show up in the show. And also, I also like Nayuta and Denji's relationship. Like, Nayuta and Denji act like, a big brother and little sister, and we can tell like what kind of person Nayuta really is, and she's not just a closed off mystery like Makima was. And 3, for the dead body and the weird people staring at her in the complex, I really don't know. So let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like, this could really be anything. I have no idea. Maybe a strong devil showing up. Like, we really don't know. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know anything I missed. And y'all have a great day. R.A.S out. Bye.